I think truly we're all capable of like, we're all capable of a lot of things. Um, like we're capable. I don't want you to think that, like this journey is going to be straightforward as, it may seem, even though that like we're the ones that's kind of used to things not being straightforward. I think, just based off the lives that we experienced and all that jazz, like we imagine a life of peace and like we already have it. We already have it. It's not even about imagining at this point. We already have everything that we ever want. And we always did. We always did. We always had everything that we always wanted. I think the thing is that the things that we wanted most of the times usually was something else. It usually wasn't what we imagined it to be. And even after this awakening, or even after the spiritual awakening, or even after the dark night of the soul, or even after an ego death, or whatever the case may be, all and like all these things is just stories too. Our awakening is just a story. Like we got conscious of something higher, that there's something higher. The reason why is because we always gotten everything we always wanted. We always gotten everything we always wanted. We always did. We always did. We always did. We always did. We always got everything we ever wanted. And sometimes the things, not even sometimes, but the things that we wanted had stories behind it. It had conclusions. Not conclusions, but it had things in it. A lot of times we imagine the things that we want to be a linear thing. Like if we have a lot, like if in our imagination, if we have a lot of money, that has to be a linear. That's like that's linear. Like that's straightforward. We will always have this, blah blah blah. Like we're not thinking about, okay, what comes with these things. Like we're not thinking about, like like once we do get the girl, right? Or once we do get the money, or once we do get the house, or once we do get the car, or once we do get the job, or once we do get, you get my point? Once we do get these things, there's stories behind it. There's always going to be something that's going to tie you in emotionally. That's all it is. It's just things pulling you emotionally. Your emotions creates a lot of what you see, of creates a lot of the microcosm that you live in, or the universe, or your realm, or your movie, or your life. Your emotions and your thoughts tie into it. What you think creates how you feel. How you feel creates an action, blah blah blah. And it's like, and it's like, the only thing is that you finally became aware that this was your doing this whole time. No, scratch that. You just became to realize is that you have all the power this whole time. You have all the power this whole time. You have all the power in what you see. You have all the power in what you entertain. You have all the power in how you interact. You have all the power in what you do. You have all the power. It's not nobody else. It's not nobody else. Nobody else, no thing has dominion over you until you allow it. Until you allow it. But even then, you can even make the argument. You can even make the argument as if you have free will here. You can even make that argument. Because to be honest, every single present moment, you're doing what you think is best. Because that's the only moment that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we might look back on things and everything else and blah, blah, blah. Oh man, like, I wish I did, da, 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 da. But I don't think you can really control that aspect because the present moment is just like that each and every moment. Hold on one second. Just like how I'm going to see what my cat needs real quick. Hold on one second. Say hi, Fluffles. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Back to what I was saying. You can even make that. You can even make that argument. But ultimately, it's all about how you're living your life, man. It's all about you having fun. If you're not having fun in your life, if you're too deep into this fucking like consciousness shit and you're trying so hard to be conscious and fucking and you're not actually making the conscious fucking effort to enjoy life, knowing that there's more out there than the stories that we always entertain, the things that we always do and everything else, being fearful of things, like letting things control us, no fucking no, lust was a big thing. Lust was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like at the same time, it's up to you to gain your power back. It's up to you to have dominion over self. Because that's all this world is, like everything's coming from you anyway. It's all about what you react to and all that other jazz. You know? I think some of us do get the point. Yeah, there's still some fear there, I can't lie. But either way it goes, like you're at the point in your life where man, it's like, man, like I can't ignore that. I can't ignore that shit. And it's like, and it explains a lot too. It explains a lot. It explains a lot. And then you think about, okay, so okay, well, how, like how, every single day, I can't stop but to ask myself, how do I want to live today? How do I want to live every day? No, how? You're always seeking expansion. Where you gonna find it? It's all about going out there. It's all about using your energy, using your energy to make sure your realm is a better place. To make sure your realm is a better place. Your movie is like the best, 5 stars. Make it a 5-star fucking movie. Make it the best life, like because it's your duty. It's your duty. You're not living for the body and everything else. You're living for that thing inside you, that soul and everything else that, like that felt, excuse me, that felt wrong and everything else in the past, just felt dirty. Like I tell you this, man. Like I've been practicing a lot of gratitude. Practicing a lot of gratitude because of how far I came. Because it's and we just talking about like the whole life experience, like it's it it's been something. And like I remember, I think I said this before, that like it's never about the things outside. It's always about who you are. And I look back on things, and you know even me a year ago and me now are completely two different people. And like you gotta understand is this. You gotta understand that, the progress that you made, regardless of how you feel, regardless of how you feel, regardless if you think that you're conscious or not, like, bro, fuck all that. Just fuck all that for a second. Just the growth that you carry, the growth that you made is going to carry on throughout your life. Maybe it is time to unlearn some shit and just really just hone in to who you are. It's not about what people on YouTube say. Hell, it's not even about what I say. Like, just have this as an audio message. Don't worry about it. It's all coming from you anyway. Right? Like, listen, just unlearn that shit for a second and just be you. Be you. Be you. Be you. Like it's okay. It's okay. If you are that person that plays video games all day and blah, 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 be that. Be that. You're far more doing more safer shit if you're just playing video games all day than you're out here doing this worldly shit. I tell you that much. Like if that works your imagination, if that makes your imagination get all the fuzzy feelings, tingle you a little bit, you do that. If you're the type of person that watch movies all day, you analyze movies, like, like da 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 da, you study movies and shit, you fucking be that. I'll tell you this, man, I learned a lot from life just based off watching movies like Juice, Friday, you know, Training Day, fucking how many times I saw a house party. But like, like Project X, fucking the Whackness, what else? Kill Bill. Like psychological things and everything else, like because but like at the same time, like these things is cool. These things is cool to watch. A lot of the Jackass, Scary Movie, fucking watching TV shows like Everybody Hates Chris, the Wayne's Brothers, like all these things. And I need to watch what I say too. But anyway, but you learn a lot from these things. You do. You learn a lot from it. But it's like it's like be whoever like be whoever you want. Be whoever you want. Be whoever you want to be, bro. Be whoever you want to be. Be whoever you want to be. Be whoever you want to be. Seriously. Be whoever you want to be. The universe loves you, man. The universe loves you so much, like the universe wakes you up every day. Don't think it's you. No, like God, the universe, however you put it, it wakes you up every single day, like no question. Boom, you're here. Boom, you're here. All right, bet. Let me, let me some up. Like let me do this. We gonna mess it up today. Not mess it up, but we gotta hype it up today. We gotta do this. We gotta do this, man. However you want into the fray, man. You enter the freaking fray. You know what I'm saying? And it's like and it's like also like a lot of times it's like it's better in the imagination than it is because it's like once you achieve that thing or once you have that thing, that's it. Once you obtain the money or once you obtain the opportunity, it's not like how it was in your imagination. Like it feels hollow a little bit. It feels like not there. It feels like something's missing. Um, like there's nothing there's nothing to obtain. You are the joy. You are the peace. You are the thing. You are it. You know, there's nothing else to really gain from that. Um, nah, I sat here and I was thinking, you know, sometimes you can have, these existential thoughts and everything else. And sometimes you kind of figure or you kind of think about wherever it is you're thinking about, whatever journey that you're on, there's a part of that kind of ask itself, is all this worth it? You know, that doubt that kind of creeps in. I think all that's natural, you know. I think all that's natural. Because, you know, the doubt and everything else, that's gonna creep in anyway. And I think this is when you lock in, you lock into God. However it is you want to look at it. Whether it's from the inside out, regardless if you want to look at it externally, either way it goes, you look for something higher than yourself. When it comes to you on keeping going to living the life that you want. And that means being authentic and everything else. That means doing whatever it is the fuck you want to do. You know that this is just your movie. However way the movie turns out, that's on you. You have the ultimate power to change the whole trajectory of things, to make things feel peaceful and whatever the case may be. Don't let the doubt and everything else creep in. You know that you're fighting a good fight.